Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to try something a little bit different and go on a bit of a rant with an unscripted video. Today I want to talk about Goku versus Hit in the manga, how it wasn't really covered well back in the day, and what exactly Goku did in that fight. So one of the things that bothered me back in the day, during the early days of the manga, while the anime was still running, was that there wasn't a whole lot of great coverage, and this led to a lot of misconceptions because people would just skim past it or hear things through hearsay and take it as that's how it was. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people got confused back in the day, thinking that Super Saiyan God was stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, which it goes out in ki leakage. So Vegeta transformed into Super Saiyan Blue to show Kaba the form. And then he turned Super Saiyan Blue again when he fought Hit. And because of this, Vegeta had lost so much power, he was down to less than 10% of his total power, which Whis points out when Goku fights Hit, and everyone's shocked that Super Saiyan God Goku is doing better than Vegeta did. And that's where that original misconception came from, that God was stronger than Blue. People just kind of skipped past it, took a couple panels out of context, and just assumed that was the way it was. So, going back to the fight, one thing I want to point out that wasn't really pointed out well during the time was Goku's strategy versus Hit. So when I talked about earlier about how Super Saiyan Blue loses a ton of power almost immediately, that's what Goku's strategy was. He was going to fight Hit as a Super Saiyan God and hold off until he found an opening for his final attack, at which point he would transform into Super Saiyan Blue and fire off his final attack. And he would do this before he lost all of his power, or the majority of his power, as a Super Saiyan Blue. And later, this was Vegeta's strategy when he fought Goku Black in the next arc. A lot of people were confused in the next arc because they're like, I thought Super Saiyan Blue cost a ton of energy to transform. How is Vegeta able to do it over and over and over again? Well, it's not that the form costs a ton of energy to transform, and it's not like Super Saiyan 3 where it just consumes a lot of stamina over time. It was that Super Saiyan Blue doesn't have a lot of retention or control over its power, and that power would escape and leave the body through this ki leakage. And so Vegeta would transform into Super Saiyan Blue just in the moment when he was dodging or attacking, that microsecond. And he would do that so that way he could de-transform before the power loss could start. And that was the key to his strategy. And this is why also Completed Blue is such a big deal. Goku is able to seal all of the ki within his body so that way he wouldn't have any power lossage. He could fight at full power continuously. It wouldn't be a matter of, oh, I gotta de-transform before this power loss kicks in. He could fight at 100%. And like I said, this wasn't covered well back in the day. People were more concerned with the anime. And so it led to a lot of confusion where people were like, I don't get it. What's the benefit to this Completed Blue form? I don't understand. How can Vegeta transform multiple times? Why was Goku using Super Saiyan God against Hit? It was just something that was a personal frustration for me back in the day. And it was one of the motivations, honestly, for me to make this channel and cover Dragon Ball Super's manga, because I felt like it wasn't being covered well or accurately at the time. Going back to Completed Blue, like another big thing that happened was people were confused because Goku was struggling to maintain the form. And so people were confused, thinking, I thought that Goku using this completed blue form got rid of the issue. What's the point of it? And it wasn't a stamina problem. It wasn't that the completed blue was costing a ton of energy for Goku. It was just something that he wasn't experienced with, and he was struggling to maintain all of the ki trapped in his body. And whenever his concentration started to slip and he lost control and ki started to leak out of his body, it had disastrous effects. And you can see that on the manga panels. What it was basically like almost like a pressurized gas, and then you poke a hole in it or rapidly release the pressure. It's gonna have an explosive result. And the same thing goes with Goku trying to trap that ki in his body. Ki became pressurized, it wanted to escape, and whenever Goku had like this minor lapse in concentration and some of it started to leak out of like his hand or wherever, it had that explosive, disastrous, and painful results. But by the Tournament of Power, they had a greater mastery over it, a greater sense of control, and mental mastery, to where it wasn't really an issue anymore. And that's why we don't see Blue having any stamina problems, because it wasn't really a stamina issue to begin with. It was containing that power within your body and not letting it just escape into the ether. And then using Blue again and having the exact same results. Oh, you lost 50% of your power, then you turned Blue again and lost another 50% of your power. Now you're at an even greater or an even lower level of power. Anyways, this was just something that bothered me back in the day, and I wanted to rant about it. I felt like it would make a good video that would, one, cover the topic, and two, kind of just go over the origins of me making my own channel. Like I said, that was really the primary driving factor. Was I saw not a lot of coverage of the manga, and it was very sparse, and a lot of it wasn't very accurate. And I don't blame the channels at the time that did this, because primary focus was on the anime. Not a lot of people read Dragon Ball Super's manga while the anime was going. That didn't really happen until after the anime ended. But I just wanted to go back and clarify something that's bothered me forever, and like I said, give you a little bit of an insight into why I made the channel in the first place. So I hope you guys enjoyed this rant. I hope it's not too crazy or disorienting or whatever. This is one of my first videos without a script. So let me know what you guys thought, and if you want more videos like this, yeah, let me know. I'll gladly make another one. Until then though, you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys next time.